Hello everyone, welcome back to Farming Simulator 25. We are just off to the first farm at the moment. We are heading towards a silo because, as you can see, we've got a trailer full of barley. We harvested our biggest field at the new farm last time round, and we've got so much barley. The harvester is full of it as well, which is really nice, and we've got another barley field to harvest yet, which will be good. We'll end up with lots and lots of money's worth, which is great. We can claw some of that money back. Now, as that new farm is dedicated to the new crops, we are going to try and get a brand new crop in this episode. But that means we've got a lot of work to do. So we're going to be aiming for carrots. I've had a brief look at some of the equipment for carrots. I know what we need to buy once we are ready. But first of all, we have just got a few bits to do first. So this is the first time using this trailer, brand new trailer and tractor that we bought last time, and it's pretty nice. It has a very fast tip there, and it does hold 46,000 litres. Lovely. Okay, well that's full. So what I need to do now, I need to head back to the farm, drop the trailer off. Then we're going to have to come back over here. I'm going to have to pick a low loader up because we need to take a couple of bits of equipment over there. We need to take a cultivator over there. We'll need to take a baler over there as well. We're going to have to do this a little bit to start off with until we can afford to have both pieces of equipment at both farms. So yeah, obviously we're working towards that. So we've got a lot to do. We've got a lot of clearing up to do. And it's a bit of a race against time really, because then next month we've got a load of fields in this farm here which are ready to harvest. So we can't really rest. We can't leave jobs till tomorrow or the next month because we've got two farms now and it's going to catch up on us very, very quickly. So we do have to be on it. I will be making use of workers a little bit more than I usually would, purely because there's going to be so many jobs to do. That was a little bit crazy. Wow. And then he's just going to drive off and leave us. Okay, well thanks for that. Well, I'm pretty sure that was our right of way, but there we go. They just do not care. Yeah, so, and this one's going to play it on us as well. Why not? Okay, well I've took the wrong turn and now being sidetracked. It's over here, over the water, straight on, and that's our newest farm. Okay, well I'll drop the trailer off, then I'll head back, get the low loader, we'll get a few bits loaded up, and hopefully we'll be able to get straight to work. Alright, okay, so as you can see, big change of plans. I went back to the farm with the John Deere, hooked up to a low loader. The baler here took up all the space on the low loader, so I couldn't put anything else on it. Then I thought, well, I can bring the subsoiler and the baler back, but we've got a front weight on the John Deere and not a front attachment, so I couldn't do that either. So we've left the John Deere there for now. I will bring it back soon. We've just brought the New Holland back instead, but I can get both pieces of equipment back, which is lovely. So we'll get these dropped off. First of all, we do just need to empty that harvester into the trailer. Then we'll get the worker set up in the harvester and they can finish off, or they can make a start on field number 66. So we will do that. So let's just park this here. So for the new crop that we're going to do, we're going to be doing carrots, and we are going to put that in field number 66 for now. The main reason being is because the equipment that you can buy to put the ridges in and plant the carrots and all that sort of stuff, it's only a 3 metre working width. Now I feel like field number 65 here, that's a very, very big field for a 3 metre working width. So to start off with, field number 66 will be absolutely perfect. And then as we work our way up through the bigger equipment and stuff, we'll obviously move on to the bigger fields, but that'll be a perfectly good start for now. So there we go, that's empty, and there will be more of that to come as well. I guess realistically I probably should have took the Valtra down to the other farm, picked those couple of bits up, then we could have left the John Deere here, but it doesn't matter because we'll be back there soon enough anyway. Right, so we'll get this on a worker. It's not going to take too long at all because it is a very small field for this size harvester, and they're off. Okay, good. Right, so let's drop this subsoiler down here. We'll make a start on the baling. We're not going to bale the whole field up, not straight away. We're just going to do it while the worker is getting on with that field. As soon as they've done, we will then move on to that field. We need to get that subsoiled up, and then we'll go and buy the equipment so we can get cracking with our carrots straight away. So what's going on? Didn't seem to be picking it all up there. Why is it missing sections? Okay, seems a little bit better now. We'll keep an eye on that. Right, we'll do a little time lapse. We'll wait for that field to be done, and then we will move on. So there we have it then, filling up the trailer that little bit more, which is really nice. The worker's done a lovely job there. So all we'll need to do is clear this field of the straw, which is only a little bit. It's really not too much. Then we can get the subsoiler down here, get it prepared, and then we will be off to the dealership to buy some new equipment, which is going to be good. We're already buying brand new equipment for the new crops. Lovely. So that could stay there for now. And we're not going to be needing this for a little while. In fact, the next time we'll need it will be over on the other farm, because next month there should be some canola ready to harvest. So when we take this over there, we'll get that swapped over with the John Deere. We'll bring the John Deere back here because that is where it belongs. Stop the engine, back into the New Holland. We'll leave this field for now. We'll just hop over to that one right quick, get that done, and yeah, I'm looking forward to buying some new stuff. Lovely, that'll do. So we've got a few bits to pick up there. Just get this little bit, and then that really will do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the harvester back over to the other field now. Let's get that turned off and unloaded. Yeah, I'm going to take the harvester over to the other field now, and then why is that not going to let us unload the other bale? There we go. Yeah, we'll bring the John Deere back. We'll also bring that with the equipment that picks up the bales, the bale auto loader. Couldn't think of the name of it for a second. We'll leave this baler here for now. So let's get back into the harvester. We're going to have to put that header on the trailer. You cannot drive down the road with this, because you take out every signpost, every tree. Okay, that's on there. Slow drive over to the other farm. It's not the worst, so 26 miles an hour. Hopefully it's 26 anyway. Yeah, there we go. That's come up there. Right, okay. Let's bring that John Deere back. It wants to come back to this farm. It's where it belongs. Right, so I'm just unloading these bales so we can get this nice and empty for what we need. However, while I've been here, I have just realised that we've got field number 2, which is ready to harvest. So we'll get a worker doing that. it's a good job I did just realise, or that would have been a disaster, because we'd have probably ended up going into next month at some point, and we may well have wasted that field. But luckily I've spotted it, and we've also spotted a lot of hail damage. There we go, it looks like there's 3 or 4 big patches there. So it's a good job we brought the harvester back now. We just need to find somewhere to get this massive header attached. I think that will do there. Hopefully that doesn't block off the traffic too much. At least we can leave a worker to do this job. Probably going to have to hop back every now and then with a tractor and trailer just to get this emptied, because it's going to fill up a couple of times for sure. It's all go, it really is. Right, okay. AI worker, yep, go. Right, now we need to find ourselves... oh, we haven't got the New Holland over here, because it's over here. Oh, this is a problem. Where's the Deutz-Fahr? Here? No, that's John Deere. Here it is. Okay. Right, we've got so much going on at the moment. It's a little bit of a mess. We have got the black trailer over here, which is empty, so that'll do. So I will just leave this parked by that field, and then every now and then when the message comes up, we'll just have to tab over, and we can take care of that. We need a hand. We need a hand on the farm. I need to employ someone to come and help me, I think. So how's the worker getting on? Yeah, they've started there. Lovely. Alright, let's wipe out that sign. We'll leave this there. Okay. Right. Back into the John Deere. Let's take it over to its rightful place. Where is it? There it is. We'll get those bales picked up. We'll get the subsoiler done. Then we'll head over to the dealer and finally buy the new bits of equipment. Right, so we've got the last 2 bales coming up right now. There we go. We're certainly going to get a lot of straw bales from both of these fields. Come on, there you go. We don't need to worry about this field for now, so we'll just leave this here. Lovely. Okay, right. So let's head over here. We'll grab the subsoiler. Yes. The problem being, we cannot take the John Deere over to get the 2 pieces of equipment. Because of the front weight, we're not going to be able to bring them back. We should be able to do that with a voucher. It should be able to handle it. No problem whatsoever. So let's get a worker set up on this one as well. Oh wow, the worker tank is nearly full already. Wow, that was very quick. Where are they? Okay, they're over here. We're not going to be able to get onto that because they're now going to turn, and that's going to be the wrong side for us. Let's see if we can sneak in there right quick. Yeah, we're not going to be able to, and they don't like to stop for you either. Okay, we'll just leave that there for us. Oh, the pipe's coming out. It is coming out. But then they're just going to drive off. Hello? Anyone there? In, out, in, out. Yeah, okay. We'll just we'll give that a second. Let's get back into the voucher. We'll let those mess about. Yeah. We'll leave the trailer here for now. Let's head over to the dealer, who is struggling a little bit, but it is a very, very big trailer. John Deere is flying through that with the subsoiler. Okay, so let's have a look at the equipment that we need. So we're going to go into the carrots here. So it's these 2 to start off with. This tool is used to create ridges into which you plant your vegetables afterwards. Wheel weights on the tractor are required. Well, we've got those. And then this is the tiny little planter here. This special planter is used to plant vegetables, and it looks like it does a few different ones as well. So they're the 2 that we're going to initially need. After that, once they're ready, this is the topper. It lifts the vegetables out the ground, so that's 100,000. And then we are going to have to, yeah, I don't know. So it lifts them out of the ground. I guess what we then do is have a trailer running alongside that, and that will put those straight into the trailer. But these are the ones we need for now, and as I said, they are only... hang on, what was the difference here? Wow, look at that. What difference does that make? It makes them look much more bigger, that is for sure. I don't really know. I think we'll go with no for now, and if it turns out that we need whatever it is, we'll go for that afterwards. So that's purchased. And then this is the little baby planter as well. It's going to look a little bit silly behind the John Deere there for sure. We're also going to have to purchase some seeds. One will do. That will be more than enough. Okay, great. Now I'm sure there is probably some different machines and whatnot that you can get off MODHUB. I'm going to use the base game ones for now, just because we haven't used them before. But if we need to upgrade in the future, we will. And of course, there is the potential, this field that we're on currently, field number 65, if that trend continues where the starting equipment is really small, we'll probably split the field into 2 or 3 fields maybe. I'm not too sure. We'll just have to see how we get on with it. Before we go any further, let's just see how that harvester was getting on. Yeah, so they're sitting there. Well, clearly we cannot do anything about that, can we? I mean, come on. Right, there we go. We'll just have to reverse this up and then employ another worker. I did start the engine. Keep up, please. Faster. Too slow. Right, oops. Wow, nearly got swallowed up by a header. This should give us plenty of room to get in there. So this is more barley, so we are going to end up with a serious amount of barley between those 3 fields, probably close to 100,000 litres I would suggest, which is very, very nice. So we'll just leave that to do that right quick while we carry on to the dealership. Let's go and grab those. Fingers crossed, yeah, we do have the front linkage on the voucher, so this should be more than capable of picking the machines up. It doesn't have the rear weights, but we're not going to be using it on a field, so that shouldn't be the end of the world. And look at this, we're surrounded by sort of medium to small size fields there. 57, 58, 56, 60, 59. They're all a pretty good size. So yeah, that should be good for our new crops. Right, okay, so here's our little baby bits of equipment here. We'll see if we can put this one on the front, which we can, and we can fill it up right now. Well, that is not going to hold 16 litres. Wow. And this was the only one available to us as well. I mean, that seems like nothing. We'll have to see how we get on with that. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it just uses hardly any seeds, but 16 litres? That just seems an insanely small amount. Anyway, the voucher can pick them up absolutely easy, of course it can, because they are so small. We just got the message to say worker G is finished, and that is the one doing the subsoiling, I think. So hopefully that means we can get straight to work with these. Let's pull over here, see how that Deutz-Fahr is getting on. Okay, so that's nice and empty, which is lovely. So we'll let the worker continue. Off they go. Let's get this out of the way. We're going to have to come... Well, they've got different ideas. They're going elsewhere. Okay. We're probably going to have to come back to that a few times, I would suspect. Okay, let's carry on. Okay, so let's get both these dropped off here. And the front one as well. Nope. There we go, that's better. We will use the John Deere, even though it is probably way too big. At least we won't need to worry about weeding this field. I won't always use the subsoiler, but with what we had available, I didn't really have a lot of choice. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see how quickly we go through these seeds. Maybe carrots don't use that much, I'm not sure. All I do know is that this tractor's very, very big for this machine. So let's get GPS on. There we go. Yeah, that's a lot of lines. We'll start here. So we'll get it lowered. It's on carrots. Turn it on. Okay, so yeah, I would say that's going down reasonably slow, I guess. We'll see how we get on. Maybe, well, they obviously just don't use that many seeds, so that's obviously just what it is. But yeah, hopefully there's going to be some other options on MODHUB, because we're not going to want to do bigger fields with this, that is for sure. So I'll fly through it, I'll get it done as quickly as I can. I mean, our little Massey Ferguson tractor, that would have been probably ideal for this sort of job. But yeah, we're going to have to switch over to the other farm from time to time, get that barley into the trailer. But let's... oh no, I think I'm doing this wrong. Let's not get too carried away. I mean, it does seem to be working, but I thought... oh, what is going on here? Lift it up. Yeah, I don't think that's correct. Because we were meant to put the ridges in the ground with this one first, were we not? Let's just read that again. This tool is used to create ridges into which you can plant your vegetables afterwards. Okay, so does that mean it goes on the front or does it go on the back? We'll try it on its own first of all. This is my very first time doing carrots. That's exactly what this farm was designed for. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen now, because obviously we have put some carrots in there. So we'll try again. We'll just go over what we've already done. It doesn't really matter too much. Let's get it lowered. Turn on ridge former. Okay, so that's on. Let's see what happens. So that's not going to do anything because of where we've used the planter. So we'll probably have to go across to the next line. I would assume this is going to have something to do with the yield bonus. I mean, clearly it's very, very different there. Yeah, I mean, where we've put it in there, that is only on a 47% bonus, so it would be interesting to see what the rest of the field is going to be like with this ridge marker. Let's actually get on the line of the GPS first. Oh, this is turning out terrible, but it is our first time. Okay, right. Yeah, we'll fly through this. We'll get this ridge marking done, and then we'll have a look, see what the yield bonus is after we planted in these ridges. Right, well that's the outside done. We've gone round the edge quite a few times there. just finish off this little corner here, and then we'll just get a worker to do the up and down section in the middle there. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure if this is needed or not, but it's going to be interesting to see once the seeds go in the ground if there is going to be a big difference in the yield bonus there. I'm not too sure, so there is only one way to find out. So there we go. Hopefully they will go with the up and down there. Right, yeah, perfect. So they've actually carried on pretty much from where we left off, just about. So we'll go to the Deutzfahrt, we'll get the rest of that barley in the trailer, and they've stopped in a terrible place again. Right, okay, well, at least we are near the trailer, that's something. We'll just reverse straight up to it, that'll be easier. So while this is doing this and the other workers putting those ridges, oops, well, yeah, it is going in there. Yeah, while the other workers putting the ridges in, we are going to head over to the sawmill with a tractor if there's one available, and we are going to get a low loader loaded up because there is a lot of wood building up again, and then that will just give us a nice amount of money. Probably for the next episode when we're going to have to buy some more different bits of equipment. So there's still a lot of this field left, so again there's a good chance that we're not actually going to be able to get all of that into the trailer. So that really is a serious amount of barley. Okay, there we go. Worker, we'll see where they want to go this time. Yeah, they're going somewhere else again. Okay, whatever. Okay, I think it's going to have to be the Massey Ferguson because the New Holland's over by the other farm. The Deutzfahrt is busy, so we're going to have to put this poor little thing through its paces. We'll take the smaller low loader of the two. There's probably going to be quite a lot there because we did progress last time round. We didn't collect what was there before, so I suspect we're going to get a full trailer load. Before we head over there, let's just have a look actually at the playground, see if there's any special requirements. Freely is a rope. Come on, stop doing this. On the plus side, we've got another slide which has been constructed. So we've got 4 slides there now. Wow, that's really, really nice. I mean, that can't be too far from being done. It really can't. Okay, so in that case, what we'll do, we'll get this loaded up with wood. Then we're going to have to head over to the warehouse, buy 1,000 litres of rope, and we'll take that over to the playground. Hopefully, big payday. Also, those oak trees are looking massive, which is nice. Ooh, and also the middle trees. What are these? They are Scotch pines. They've finally grown a stage. So our little forest there, which is rather crammed in, that is actually coming along very nicely now. Hopefully those oaks are going to be ready to throw into the sawmill soon enough. So yeah, we've got quite a bit of stuff here. So I'll get this loaded up and then we'll go and get it sold. Right, so there wasn't actually as much as what I thought there, but that is because the sawmill has ran out of trees. So I think that probably suggests we will definitely be cutting those oaks down sooner rather than later. But it's not a terrible thing. We'll still get a good amount of money from this, and at least the poor little Massey Ferguson can pull it reasonably okay rather than crawling along at 4 miles an hour. So I'll go and grab that rope and then I'll see you over at the playground. Here we go then. Is this going to be the end of the playground, or is there going to be another step afterwards? So I had to pay £22,000 for this lot of rope here. Of course they will give us a good price anyway. So let's get this in. We're going to try for just the rope first, and then we're going to hop out, see what the next stage is. That's the rope gone. Okay, so it's on 2 litres. Come on, come on. 1 litre. Is it going to be finished? Is it going to be another step? Here we go. Okay, okay. So planks, yep. Fabric, yep. 12,000 more litres of rope. Okay. Well, there we go then. So that's £89,000 in the bank, plus the small loss there on the rope, which was about £4,000, I think. So hopefully we are not too far away from this. We're getting a lot of progress on it. We really are. I wonder what could be next. I mean, those slides, they look a little bit dangerous. They do. But there we go. Okay, so let's have a look, see what's going on. So the worker has finished over here, so we don't need to worry about emptying that now. Actually, let's see how this one's getting on. So I would say they are probably pretty much done. They're probably just covering up our mistakes here, I would assume. So we'll stop them in their tracks. We are happy with that. That should be ready for us. So let's connect back up to the planter. £159,000 in the bank now. That's good. Give us a little bit more money to play with. Right. Okay. Let's head over to one of these areas that has had the ridge go over it, the ridge marker, whatever you want to call it. Right. So we're just going to go across here because we know this bit hasn't been touched. We'll go across here and we will see. Let's turn it on. Let's see exactly. So the pattern is most definitely different now. Before you could clearly see where you'd been, now you have absolutely no idea where you've been. Right, let's jump out. Let's see if it made a difference or not. Okay, still 47%. I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong or if that really is just not worth it whatsoever. Maybe it's just sort of like a realistic thing because you would have to do that normally, whereas on this you can just crack on and get some in the ground. I'm not too sure. Looks like we've got a little bit of wildlife there. Well, in that case, we'll just get the worker to finish up here. They can do this. There they go. Well, that's very interesting anyway. So that is our first time putting carrots in the ground, which is nice. And there they go. I mean, you wouldn't even know there are any seeds in there, to be honest. You've got your 4 little pods there on the back. That is a really, really small machine. I will have a look, see if there's anything else bigger on MODHUB, or if that is what we've got to play with. But there we go. That's not too bad. Our first time putting carrots in the ground, which is lovely. So that's going to be it for this one. I can't wait to see them when they start growing next month. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.